Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Star Citizen. I am the occasionally clever gamer, and today I am showing off my hangar. I am going to start out with one of my favorite ships that we have here in Clever Comrades Industries, which is the Freelancer DUR. Now, this freelance right here is still using the old models. In a later episode, I will be showing the new 2.1 Freelancer model, but that's just for the base. So we're going to start out up front right here at the cockpit. So we have two seats, one on either side for pilot and co-pilot, plus some terminals down here for the crew to play around on, doing some navigation stuff. The DUR is, of course, the exploration variant, which means that he has extended fuel pods for longer flight durations and a better sensor suite. You can pop down, we have little desks on either side here for, you know, whatever the lab work is that we want to do. And I am going to actually take a peek right here. This hatch actually opens up. I love this part. One of the greatest crimes they've done in the Freelancer rework is removing the stairs on the front landing gear. I think this is just genius. But they have, so basically with the Freelancer rework, they've moved a couple of the doors around. The cockpit door is now like right here pretty much. It's a little bit longer. They've done some nifty things. This is going to be the airlock for, you know, whenever we have to leave and go around floating in space. And this is, of course, the cargo bay. So in the current Freelancer, it's a little bit wider. Can store a little bit more cargo. It looks pretty cool. And up here is, of course, the back turret. So yeah, so if we look around on the outside, we'll see plenty of missiles. And here's the extended fuel pods, as well as the best and brightest. Well, they can't fire yet. But I'm assuming they're going to be pretty bright when they do let off a shot. I have giant S4 guns on either side, and those have been kept with the rework. So the Freelancer is a pretty formidable beast. It's designed primarily for sort of 1 to 2 players to work around with for cargo hauling in dangerous space. This one has the added benefit of the additional science pod for sensors. So that's pretty cool. Next, we're going to show off the Avenger Warlock. This is the ship that I was flying in my recent episode where I was exploring Karach and Kovalex, the two stations in the PU, baby PU. Back here we have the EMP generator, which of course sings the song of its people every time you try to run it, and also microwaves burritos. And the entry, oh my goodness, what just happened? I just phased through the wing. On down here, we have a couple of neutron cannons and a couple of just basic missiles. The neutron cannons are amazing at ripping through shields, while the Gatling gun on the front is great for ripping through the hull. You get into the Warlock with a little ladder guy right here. If you want to see him up and running, do check out my little exploration video. The link will be in the description below. Now, the pride of the fleet. This is a Constellation Phoenix. It is an amazing ship, sort of the luxury edition of the Phoenix line. This is the first iteration of it. It is going to be covered in the Phoenix reworks, which should be coming up after all the base variants of the ships are done. So hopefully by the end of 2016. The front we have the classic Constellation bridge, but this one has the luxury seats. So we have primary captain's chair, pilot's chair, engineer's chair. So engineer is doing power, shields, pilot is flying and shooting, the captain is looking suave, or however you say that. Over here, we're going to have a couple of, right now they're blank, but these will be where you can place mission-specific panels. So, you know, you're doing a stealth mission or you want to equip like a electronic warfare panel, this is where you're going to do it. Here we have a little table. During the rework, there is going to be a wall that will be added right here, as there currently is in the new Constellation Andromeda. So this section will be closed off. There's going to be a little galley here probably. There's going to be the tables going to stay there, and we have our beds here. Probably going to be like gun racks and stuff. It'll look pretty cool. Now, the best part. Oh, the use is being a little bit finicky on me. There we go. The back room. Now the Phoenix right now is garish. It's overpoweringly bright, and it's a little bit silly, but it's pretty fun to play around in nonetheless. Over here we have the galley, and on the other side we have the bar. We have our wonderful conference table right here, seating for 6. If we move down, we have this right here is going to be the big screen TV, which is going to be pretty cool. It's, you know, translucent TV. So in case you aren't watching anything, you can just awkwardly stare at the people in the hot tub. Isn't that... This is just so poorly designed, really, this particular setup. But hey, what the heck? I have a hot tub in my ship. Yeah, that's sweet. Okay, and of course back here we do also have the master bedroom. Once more, which these people can clearly see and is a little bit troubling. But we're going to leave that alone. And finally, last but not least, back here we have the power room. There's going to be some generators in these walls and access to the P-72 Archimedes fighter that comes with this ship. So as far as defensive capabilities go, this ship has the little fighter. And he also mounts 2 turrets on the top and bottom. All these numbers are subject to change. They are currently S3 turrets, I do believe, which is pretty cool. He also has 4 S4 cannons on him. He has, 2 racks of 24 S2 missiles and a point defense unit on the back, which is supposed to shoot down missiles and torpedoes. Anyway, so this Phoenix right here is going to be the command hub. Well, we're going to see how it goes. I'm either going to be using a Phoenix or a Karak as the command hub for my YouTube escapades. So if you are interested in crewing one of these ships, get in contact with me closer to when the PU comes online. But isn't it just, it's a beautiful ship. The exterior is just amazing. Moving down here, we have a couple of Aurora LXs. Both these guys are actually, were Christmas gifts. I used to have 3 of them. So they aren't going to be hanging around for much longer. And last but not least, we have actually one of my favorite ships to fly, the Aurora LN. This is the military variant of the Aurora. The LX back there is actually the luxury edition. And this guy hosts a couple of cool features, has some missiles, some cannons, and some repeaters. So he can be pretty formidable in the hands of a skilled pilot. So in my hands, it's just terrible. Really, really bad. But I've taken down a couple of constellations with that when they're flown by equally terrible pilots. So that sort of speaks to how the balancing in this game is going to work. Even the smallest ships, if you're skilled enough, should be able to do some damage. And they'll definitely have a place in the world. So I do also have... I think 2 other ships which are not currently hangar ready. I have a Reliant SEN. The Reliant series is actually pretty cool. Started out as cargo haulers. The SEN is one of the recent as of this recording, what do you call them? Editions, which came out. The SEN is research based, which is pretty cool. So while the DUR is an exploration ship, the SEN is the ship that goes out directly to, oh, the DUR found something cool in this asteroid belt. You'll take the SEN out and then research that point. So that should be pretty fun. Doesn't have a superb amount of weapons, but it's pretty cool nonetheless, and I'm looking forward to flying him around. The other ship that I have Oof. Now this is going to require a little bit of thought. I don't recall it right now. It may just be the SEN that I have that's not hangar ready. And if it's another ship, it's probably just a ship that I'm keeping around to keep the... just to have the loaners for. And as of course, a lot of these ships are subject to change. I'm not going to be keeping all of them around. I do switch it up fairly frequently. Just, you know, I'll recycle the Warlock and probably the LN and get a Gladys or something. Just weird stuff like that that I'll probably end up doing. Just sort of play around with the ships and see which ones fit my style. The important ship, though, this Phoenix right here, will be sticking around, but that will depend on the Karak. It is currently going through gray boxing, or the final textures pass. So hopefully we're going to actually be able to see him within the next couple of months. And if he is as beautiful as people say he is, then he is going to be a very, very big temptation. The real reason that right now the Phoenix is kind of cool is because he's a limited run ship. Not very many people have him, because when you really look at the specs, he's pretty pointless. But once more, if I like the Phoenix rework, I'll keep it. If I don't, then I'll probably head for the Karak in the final, by the final release. So do keep your eye out for that sort of stuff. And yeah, thank you for joining me for this quick little hangar tour. And please do leave a like and leave a comment about what ships you like best in Star Citizen, and whether you think that they would be a good fit for my current hangar style or my current designs. I'm going to be very big into exploration and very big into general goofing off and annoying people, which of course is where the Phoenix will come in, because everyone hates the Phoenix. The Phoenix right now is currently in a bit of a spot because a lot of the people who own Phoenixes are getting very defensive. I paid this, blah blah blah, I want the ship to be like this. Which really, like, the Vanguards were doing that a little while in the past. And all the groups do it at some point. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. Right now is when I shall say, from inside my Freelancer DUR, goodbye.